that men do to each other, which is fucking crazy, is that we will get together, organize, band, train, equipped, and then go over to a neighboring tribe, fucking murder all the men, and take all of their wives and daughters for our own. Crazy. I thought today, actually, today, that the only reason that we are the way we are is because enough men were sick of getting fucking murdered, and they're like, "Yo, you can't just go around killing people." You know, it's like the backbone of civilization is like, dude, you just can't go around just doing whatever the fuck you want.
Well,
It's kind of remarkable.
how did they stop them, Ryan?
Oh, clearly being super agreeable like Jesus, David. They definitely
Agreeable
didn't pick
Jesus
up
is
any
great.
rocks. Agreeable Jesus is a great analogy. Um, they killed them, David, with a sword. They made a sword and fought them.
So what they
They
said
fought
was,
the
"We're
oppressors.
we're sick of all your violence," and then they combated it with more violence.
Yeah. Didn't you send me some Pokestop locations we have to go check out very soon?
Uh, I don't know what Epstein was doing. Yeah, there was a post that there was a Pokestop at for like Pokemon Go at Epstein's Island. Then the post was like, "Why the fuck is there a Pokestop at Epstein Island?" And somebody posted, "It's for the kids."
It's exactly what it's for.
Fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. Ryan, on the show today, we are going to be talking about inevitable war with Iran, of course. There's something that the Republicans are leading an investigation into that I think is worth talking about, because not that it's worth talking about, it's just because it's wild that that's what they're spending their time on. I have
It's
a
clearly
video.
Epstein, David. Clearly.
That's what they should be spending their time on. I have a video of Chinese solar panels, and it's, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I'm gonna play it. Um, Brett Cooper. Brett Cooper. Does everyone know Brett Cooper? She was on Daily Wire, I think, and then there was a falling out, and now she's doing her own thing. And
Falling
there's,
out.
yeah, falling out, and there's
It's a
this
common thing over there.
an interesting clip circulating that everyone's kind of roasting her for. I don't mind her, actually. To be honest with you, I think secretly everyone's been sleeping on Brett Cooper.
Like that she's hot.
She's, yep. I never really paid attention, to be honest with you, but she actually is extremely attractive.
Bitch. I was always on, David. As always, I'm ahead of the curve on these.
I guess I wasn't paying attention. She was on Daily Wire. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. It's like as
French
soon,
girl wouldn't
you know
hire
what
somebody attractive. What is he?
you know what the
Intelligent?
Daily Wire is? It's like the equivalent of like in the movies when the girl takes her glasses off and she's like immediately hot. Like as soon as women leave the Daily Wire, they're like immediately attractive. I don't know.
Speaking of women, Daily Wire, and leaving, Pam Bondi is stepping down.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I didn't see this. Was this
the
real?
Daily Wire had it that she plans on stepping down.
That she plans on it.
It was like, yeah, she's done.
Well, just it. Let me see this. Let me see if I can find this.
Pam
I didn't see
Pam
this.
Bondi's done. I tagged you on the
You did.
Facebook.
I still didn't see it.
But I tagged you, David, unless they hide
I
our
have.
notifications to stop us communicating, clearly.
Pam Bondi faces conservative backlash. MAGA names call for Bondi to resign. Take a look at why some conservatives are now calling for Bondi to resign. Pam Bondi's contempt of Congress. Bondi
Did I read?
says, ABC News, Bondi says she will probably leave after second term. Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
All right, I read it wrong. My
Unless,
bad.
yeah,
My
well,
bad.
unless the assumption is like Vance gets in and he were to hire her, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's like one of those things. It's like, well, as soon as Trump's done saving my ass and keeping a job for me, I won't. I don't even want the job. It's like, no, you're gonna get fired if somebody other than Trump is in office. Pam Bondi, President Donald Trump's attorney general, said Sunday that the president would probably, quote, leave the White House after his second term is completed. She left the door slightly open toward him serving another 4 years. Why is this a thing? Why does everyone think Trump's going to serve another 4 years?
I don't know if it happens. He did kidnap a duly elected country
I think I think
elected
he
president with
I think he's
microwaves. He called it the discombobulator.
yeah,
literally
I saw that.
called
The
yeah pretty,
discombobulator.
the
They couldn't even get a
discombobulator.
shot off.
The
All their Chinese and
discombobulator.
Russian technology.
It was so discombobulated. The Trump combobulation ceremony.
Trump 10 10 out of 10 chance Trump heard discombobulate for the first time and thought, that's what I'm calling it, the discombobulator.
The
Um,
discombobulator 2026.
she said, I think he's going to be finished probably after this term, and says it would be a heavy lift to change the Constitution to allow Trump to serve another 4 years.
Didn't stop you to do everything else that was unconstitutional
Yeah.
under the
Yeah. Well,
presidency, but
I'd serve a third term, but that pesky Constitution literally nobody follows. Meanwhile, Secretary
you
of
mean
State
that thing that
Marco
was written by
Rubio,
slave owners, David, and white racists?
he announced Saturday that he was revoking all visas to South. How is that related to this story? Why is this part of this story?
He wants to be so relevant. It's crazy.
That's so random. This is the same story. We're talking about Pam Bondi probably leaving, and then all of a sudden it's like Marco Rubio, he's revoking visas. It's like you wanted to throw it in there to like keep your little cute narrative going. I don't. Yeah, I mean Pam Bondi is basically saying unless Trump keeps being president after he's not allowed to be president, I won't be attorney general, and that's really like that's a no shit statement right there. I think that's pretty predictable.
Glad they're thinking about it, though.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to change that constitution. Really? You don't say. It's almost like it's by design, right?
What if you don't change it? You just don't listen to it.
What's the Constitution say about going to war without congressional approval? I don't quite
Constitutional
remember.
crisis, David. Pretty sure constitutional crisis.
The report is the United States military is actively preparing for the possibility of a prolonged, sustained military campaign. I do like that they put prolonged and sustained right after each other as if they're not the same
So
thing.
we're waiting to do it, but we're also going to do it as long as we can.
Well,
I'm prolonging fucking you, but when I do, I'm going to sustain fucking you.
yeah, it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same definition in this context.
It's a double speak.
Well, it's single speak because it's the same word twice.
Single speak, David. Oh my God, single speak.
We're gonna have an
double.
It's gonna be an extended, sustained, prolonged, continuous. It's like what? Just say one of them.
Extended.
Just pick your favorite one. It's like they went to the thesaurus,
semi-permanent,
and was like, "How many words can we string along that is the same word?"
Look, the article's got to be at least 3 paragraphs. All right. Here's what we're
double
gonna
spacing. We need all the words that are the same words.
What's normal print? 18 to a 21. New Times Roman.
Sustained military campaign against Iran that could last several weeks if President Donald Trump ultimately orders a strike. Now, the thing that's funny, and again, Pam Bondi's saying, I can't be attorney general because Trump can't continuously be president unless there's a change to the Constitution. The same administration has the military prepared to go to war if Trump says so. Now, Trump absolutely militarily, constitutionally can authorize strikes within reason. Within reason. He absolutely cannot go to war with a country.
The president since George Bush can send the troops to anywhere in the world without Congress's authorization for like a month or something, and then it was extended. Yeah.
Yeah, could last several weeks if Donald Trump ultimately orders a strike. What if you I mean, like anything, I suppose you could just ride that rule out, right? Like, yeah, we're going to send them to Iran for 90 days exactly. Oh, where are you sending them next? Afghanistan for 90 days. Where are you sending them after that? Iran for 90 days. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go to Israel for 90 days, then to Iran for 90 days, then to Israel for 90 days, then Iran for 90 days. Uh, this headline is also one of the most obvious headlines to ever come in the news because we all we already did this. We just struck Iran like months ago. It was not that long ago. Did I miss? Am I wrong? Did I dream that? Why are we going back?
Shoot another Tom Cruise movie.
We destroyed their nuclear capability, right? That was the
Allegedly.
report. The
Well, they
report
are
was
6 months away from developing nuclear warheads.
they're just weeks away. Even though we destroyed it, they're really quick and
Weeks
efficient.
away for 30 years.
Um,
30 weeks of years away.
we were told they were weeks away from building a nuke for the past 30 years, but they were really weeks away this time. So we had to go bomb them. So we bombed them. We took out their nuclear capabilities. Okay, and then and the Trump administration ran around and said it was this amazing success. We took out all their nuclear capabilities. Now there were reports from other agencies, multiple news agencies, that said that basically Iran somehow before the strike took the whole nuclear operation out of the mountains, right? Because it was so far underground, they needed 2 bunker busters. So they unloaded all of their nuclear, which I think people. I don't know how this would ever work. Like if people think the nuclear thing is like a generator, but it's like, oh, you just unplug it from the wall and you just wheel it out to a different hole. That's not how it works. The idea that they completely tore down an entire nuclear facility, moved it somewhere else before a strike, is absurd.
Well,
So the Trump administration said, yeah, we took it
child
all
labor
out.
laws, David, clearly.
They just got really efficient Iranian children. They are
Nuclear
they.
Iranian children.
I mean, they're
Nuclear
potentially
powered
in an
Iranian.
they're potentially in an alliance with China and Iran, so maybe they just use all the Chinese children. They're very efficient. But the Trump administration said, of course, we took out all their nuclear capabilities, and of course, that was the only reason for the strike. So now what's the reason? Now they're saying the reason now is that the Iranian government is committing genocide against its own people, which, okay, that's fascinating because we didn't particularly give a shit about genocide when it was happening for the last 3 years. So we only care about Iranian genocide. Also, I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying, why now is the Iranian government committing genocide against its own people?
You mean, and not for the last 30 years?
Just out of the blue, we just decided. It is of course the group of freedom fighters that are in Iran, Ryan.
The pesky rebel scum that Darth Vader's after?
Let me pull up the general breakdown here. This is a I love the way some of these headlines are. Why the U.S. hasn't yet struck Iran from the Atlantic. We did actually. The Times of Israel. Iran's military degraded by 12-day war with. Oh, this is glorious. We degraded their military, but it still has significant capabilities.
What would you degrade about? Or, like, what'd you even do then?
Well, they took out their nuclear capabilities, of course, Ryan. The
We're
12-day
the most
Israel-Iran
capable military
war.
in the history of the world, and we have deadened the forces to a point that they're still capable, but it's significant. That makes no sense.
Uh, The 12-day Israel-Iran war last year appeared to cripple key elements of Iran's military, yet left its capabilities far from neutralized. You know, the funny thing is, we were told that the Iranians' air force was so weak it didn't have the ability to stop our strike, but they're still very capable. The June 13th to 24th war started when Israel launched strikes. This is from the Times of Israel. They're admitting that it started when Israel launched strikes, targeting Iran's nuclear program and top military officials, saying it was responding to an existential threat posed by the nuclear program as well as Iran's massive ballistic missile array. The United States joined the conflict, hitting 3 nuclear sites with massive bunker buster bombs dropped from B-2 stealth bombers that flew their mission from their home base in Missouri. It was a risky move for the Trump, who criticized his predecessors for involving U.S. in stupid wars. But Iran responded weakly to the U.S. attack with a limited missile attack on the American military base in Qatar. But of course, it was meaningless because this Iranian military was super good capabilities, wasn't strong enough to launch an attack. Israel was able to significantly degrade Iran's air defenses with airstrikes and covert attacks from teams on the ground. Iran, presumably aware that its older F-14 and MiG-29 fighters were no match for the 5th-generation American F-35 stealth fighters and other aircraft flown by Israel, also never sent its air forces into action. So... what the fuck? Dude, fuzzy old man. I believe that's someone you may know, Ryan.
What did he say?
He said, "Hello, boys," in Roz from the movie Monsters, Inc.
What's up, Pop?
This whole entire article is completely countering the headline, if you haven't caught that yet. The headline, keep in mind, remember the headline, Iran's military degraded by 12-day war, but still has significant capabilities. And so far, we've talked about how they had, through the entire 12-day war, no ability to defend anything. But now, after they blew up all their nuclear capabilities, of course, they still have significant capabilities that they clearly never even had in the first place. If hostilities resume, that scenario is likely to repeat, said Sasha Bruchman, a defense Bruckman maybe, a defense analyst with the International Institute for Strategic Studies in Bahrain. In practical terms, in reductionist terms, why is this a new? Is this a new media strategy? We're gonna just say the same thing twice. The sky
Is that a way to get around AI?
I don't know, or maybe because it is. Maybe because it is AI. Maybe AI wrote the article.
Well, I was thinking they're saying contradictory things.
Well, they're not even contradictory. They're like the same thing. They're saying
right, but they're using
right, but
I just mean they're going to conflict. They're going to confuse itself.
In practical terms, in reductionist terms, the sky is open for American and Israeli planes, he said. The problem is how to defend the region from the retaliation. They can't even stop the attacks, but we're worried they're going to retaliate. Bruckman said in the case of an expanded war, Iran would most likely hit back by targeting U.S. bases in the region, but could also attack oil infrastructure and mine in the Strait of Hormuz, which links the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman, through which about the 1/5 of the world's oil is transported. Yeah, if only we had our own oil, wouldn't that be really convenient? I heard this the other day. Did you ever hear this? I never heard this. Because our oil is different than other nations' oil, apparently something with the crude, apparently there's like thick crude and like thin crude or something. Our oil has to go overseas to get refined, and their oil has to come here to get refined because our refineries refine each other's oil, but not our own oils.
It literally sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
And I said, when I heard that, I said, that that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't we just build refineries that can refine our
Both
oil?
types of oil.
Well, both types of oil would be fine, but definitely at least our own type of oil. Like, why would we refine the oil we can't get?
It's crazy.
That sounds like that would have been. I don't suspect. I don't suspect that would be accidental, or our people weren't smart enough to build the right type of refineries. That clearly was done purposefully. Why? Like, what on earth would be the point of that? Is it possible that they may trigger an eternal attacks in America itself, sleeper cells and things? I've been hearing about sleeper cells for a long time, and 100%, I believe in them. But if
I mean, it's what 9/11 was allegedly.
well, kind of. But I'm curious, like, what are they waiting for? Like, if all these sleeper cells are out there and they're all super like powerful, right, or super dangerous, like what is the trigger they're waiting for? Because we've been annihilating their nations, right? These Muslim nations, for most of my life. I mean, a good couple decades of my life. So, like, what is the one thing they're waiting for that like is their signal? Uh, Apparently, we have an answer to this. The refineries in the United States haven't been upgraded to handle the crude. Yeah, I don't. Is it an upgrade though? That's what I don't understand.
Kind of sounds like a military
Did our
fucking
crude did our
prop.
crude change? Was it different crude before, and then it became like we used all that crude, and then it was a different kind of crude? I really don't understand why our refineries couldn't do our own crude. It's like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sure there's an answer. I just don't. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Iran fired hundreds of missiles during the 12-day war and used more than 1,000 attack drones, killing nearly 3 dozen Israeli civilians and wounding thousands. A researcher at Israel's Institute for National Security Studies and former Iran specialist in Israel's military and intelligence services said that it remains unclear how much missile capacity Iran has. I I find it hard to believe with our intelligence agencies, ours and Israel's combined, that we don't have any clue what kind of capabilities Iran has. It's almost like they're intentionally being vague, right? You want to leave the door open for the possibility that Iran is a little stronger than what they probably are, because you gotta kind of fluff it up to for the narrative, right? You got to fluff it up a bit. You got to make it seem like Iran is a big, powerful military force. I'll be honest with you. If I were to guess, Iran is not powerful at all. I think they're weak. I think they're a weak country. They act like a weak country. They operate like a weak country. When you're strong, you appear weak. When you're weak, you appear strong. Literally from the oldest military doctrine on planet Earth. Um, I don't think Iran's powerful. But I think in order to need to sell this new war, you have to make them seem like a powerhouse. You have to make them seem dangerous. That's why we talked about the nuclear capabilities before our first strike. Because really, what else would be the sell?
Not pedophile rings, obviously.
Well, the Dow is just too strong. We can't be talking about that kind of stuff, right? Actually, hold on. We didn't check the Dow today.
Next time you're fighting with your wife, tell her that's the Dow's doing it.
Let's see what the Dow is today. Oh, 49.5. We can still talk about pedophiles. That's great. Literally the one day it was above It was above 50 for like Pam Bondi's hearing only. It was just the like it's like she checked the Dow before she went in for her hearing, and she's like, "Fuck, I got my out, boys. We just hit 50K."
Got he out, or she was
Holy
told to say it, David?
shit! Nasdaq is down, but listen, the S&P 500's up, which means your 401ks are doing all right. So how much are you worried about war with Iran or pedophiles? Let's be real. As long as you can retire, who cares? Let them fuck. Let them fuck your kids. Let us blow up other nations and other nations' kids. The United States is either fucking kids or killing kids, and as long as your 401k is good, you're fine with it. Is this the nation we live in currently? I don't know if I'm okay with that. I don't think I can live with other people who are okay with that. Like alongside them in the grocery. Like I can't walk into a grocery store knowing someone's thinking, "Ooh, my 401k is doing well." I also don't particularly love the assumption, or not the assumption. I don't love insinuation maybe that you can't have a good 401k and we don't blow up kids and we don't have pedophile rate. Could we have both? Am I asking too much?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I got to pick
Being a
one.
guy is hard, David. Once you hit the age of 12, you have to compete with bankers, international businessmen for girls your age, you know?
I really don't. I really don't love this idea that I have to focus on the Dow Jones. Like that is fucking crazy. Speaking of, a report came out that House Republicans announced that they're investigating Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance,
Mhm.
alleging that the Spanish lyrics were inappropriate for television. So finally, the Republicans are doing some groundbreaking, hard hitting, some real work. They're really digging in now.
I never cared about the halftime show.
Um, I don't know. I wasn't as upset as everybody else with the fact that he didn't speak English. Um, I don't know. I guess I understand why people were upset, but I personally, quite frankly, couldn't care less because other than Kendrick Lamar, I think I can remember like maybe two other halftime shows that I actually enjoyed.
Mm.
One was Prince. There had to have been another one. Kendrick Lamar was great. Oh, the one with I'm trying to think who all it was. Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, and that was decent too. Outside of that, I mean, we did Bruno Mars like 12 times. Um I don't know. Maroon 5, like no thank you. Like can you think of halftime shows that you enjoyed? Shakira was nice to look at. I don't know. Like I can't say the halftime show for what it's supposed to be. When you're talking about the biggest stage in TV, and it's literally the biggest stage that you can perform at. You would think the shows would be better. And maybe it's something to do with like expectations versus the results, but I don't know. The other thing that bothers me here's what really got me about the Bad Bunny thing. The NFL is clearly aware of what its base audience is. The average person who watches football and is into football. I just can't imagine a world where they think that person is the kind of person that's going to be thrilled to see Bad Bunny in action.
It's not. It's to get women.
You don't, but you don't have to. Like they're watching. It's the Super Bowl. They're watching. Everybody's watching.
David, it's the she economy. Guys are paying for women to take their clothes off. So the only people with money left are women.
Then who continues to pay the women to take their clothes off?
Government bots.
I don't know. The Bad Bunny thing didn't particularly bother me. I didn't like the show, to be honest with you, and I don't really care.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, and I don't care about Bad Bunny. I think the TPUSA thing was gay. To be honest with you, I just whatever.
Did she take down the picture of them at their wedding day in the office or no?
I think I saw a picture about it. I don't. Here, we'll grok it. Okay, here's the answer from Grok. No, Erica Kirk did not take down or remove the wedding picture of her and Charlie Kirk in the sense of permanently discarding or erasing it. This stems from a viral social media controversy in early February 2026, around the time of a December 2025 Blaze TV/Charlie Kirk show interview featuring Erica. People noticed that the framed wedding photo visible on the bookshelf behind Charlie in older videos was no longer in the same prominent spot when Erica appeared in the same setting. This sparked speculation, rumors, and backlash online. Some claimed she was erasing him. Shortly after his death, Charlie Kirk was reportedly assassinated. And what a fucking wild parentheses. Charlie Kirk was reportedly assassinated? Yes. However, a spokesperson for TPUSA directly addressed this in a statement that Erica moved the photo to a lower shelf in the studio so their daughter could more easily access it, hold it, and look at it whenever she was there with her mom. It remains on the studio shelf, just repositioned lower, not removed from the room or discarded. So is it off camera?
So she did move it.
Well, she moved it, sure.
Am I wrong to think that I can just make up a reason?
Some online claims even suggested the missing photo images were edited or photoshopped. There's no credible reports of her deleting it from personal social media or her X account. Yeah, I don't know. Ryan, do you want to see a Chinese solar farm?
Mm-hmm. Is it going to blow up?
I don't think so. I will say I don't know why, but I saw this and I thought it was cool, so I'm just going to share it. It has nothing to do with anything. I'm just going to be completely honest. I just thought it was cool. Whoa.
It's crazy.
That's kind of fucking awesome, to be honest with you.
It's crazy.
That song is fucking wild.
The idea that you're using light to generate electricity on water is also crazy. It's like an oxymoron.
Do you see anything wrong with this, by chance?
Am I supposed to?
No, I don't like. Is there any reason you wouldn't do this? Like, would servicing it be way more difficult?
Hideous. Servicing it is a motherfucker. I assume the only reason they're doing this is they don't have land.
Sure.
I would assume that land is going to move less. Like you're going to have to the service life on a farm on land is probably less service and longer sustainability. But China makes those things, so they probably get them for like 35 cents.
It's made by the children after they brought them back from Iran.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking. They send a kid out there to strap the thing on there with a fucking impact gun and a rope. So
Yeah, I didn't know if like my only thought was
that's got to be hideous from like not standing underneath it. Like if you were like to fly into the city at like a relatively decent altitude, like a helicopter height, you'd be like, "What the fuck is that thing?" I'd probably be just glaring right in your face. There's a conspiracy that actually, if you're talking about trapping CO2, solar panels just increase the CO2 capture with the light bouncing around. Because you're just basically reflecting all the sun that's supposed to be being absorbed by the earth and fucking sending it right
are
back into the
they
clouds.
are they highly reflective?
Yeah, it's like just looking at a mirror on a sunny day.
Huh, that's kind of crazy. It would
Like they
almost be
capture electricity, they capture light. They don't fucking
well. That's why
remove it
it
from
seems.
physics.
Well, that's why it seems like the opposite of
Birds
what I
fly
thought.
into them because they can't see. It blinds them.
Hmm.
I had a hawk on one of the farms I serviced. It flew right in a panel, fucking blew it apart. It's crazy.
Yeah, the only thing I thought of when I saw this is maintaining it would probably be kind of wild. But I guess
Mhm.
it's no different. You just take a boat out there, and I don't know. In theory, I guess it's not really any different. Um. All right, let's do the Brett Cooper thing real quick. People are, for the record. So there's a clip circulating. Brett Cooper's out at a club. That fucking clavicular dude or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce his name, who came out of fucking nowhere, who fucking ran somebody over. Um, he's there. She meets him for the first time, and she's. I'll let you decide how she looks in the photo, but the knock on her is that people are saying she's married.
She was digging him.
She's married. What is she doing? What is she doing out at a club with this guy? Um,
Come on, let's see.
let's pull it up. Let's do a little misogyny. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, let's go. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. And Brett, if you want to say hi to Brett.
Brett, what's up? How are you?
Nice
Amazing.
to meet you.
Thanks for coming.
Good job.
You thought it was good?
The show's very good. Right.
Okay.
Hi. It's
Hello.
Liv. Okay,
Oh my God, Liv! Hi.
I look different
Oh my
because of
God.
the makeup.
You look
I know, right?
incredible. It's because
Okay,
of the
I'm
makeup.
sorry. It's not fact to take the photos.
First of all,
Oh, I'm
the
Liz.
other girl looks
Nice
like
to
an
meet
alien.
you.
I don't care what.
Yes.
Okay. This
Yeah, it's. I look different.
The thing looks highly,
Yeah,
highly
I
intense, don't it?
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you. Just need to
Yeah.
get to the elevator.
Take your photos.
Cringe.
all right, take photos.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's-
Cringe.
Brett, what's up?
That's what's circulating right there, dude. Look at that face. I'll let you
Man,
decide, but
what do you
this
think?
don't look
Dave?
like this does not look like a married chick who should be at a club.
I think she has children.
Yes, I don't obviously don't
David,
know her.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I've definitely probably run into women with children at the club. I'm just saying, and they kind of look like they don't have children when they're at the club. That's kind of weird how that works.
Listen, children aside, which is what she did when she went out.
So back to the initial point. Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't
big fan.
I'll be
Fan?
honest. Yeah, well,
Fan?
damn. Yes.
You didn't know? Didn't know?
No, I'm
You like
saying
you literally didn't know though at all. Like you
I
just
never
didn't
really-
even. Yeah, it's
no, I
great.
never really.
Good for.
paid
I'm glad you.
attention to this.
I know. I'm glad it's coming out now. It's just
Yeah.
kind of cool. It's
Yeah,
just
I never
kinda
really paid attention.
cool. Yeah, no, I was on.
Yeah, definitely would.
Yeah,
But
she looks really, really happy.
she looks like she would too. But
Oh, she
this is the problem.
ring doesn't plug a hole, David.
This is what the problem is, though. This is why she's getting ripped online, is because I'm sorry that it call I don't know. Call me old-fashioned, Ryan. This is not how married women should behave.
Okay, so now, all right, now let's go full circle, David.
Fuck it, do it.
If you think somebody's really pretty, should you be wrong by naturally reacting in such a way? Like if you think somebody, like if you're just fascinated by the symmetry of that person.
It, are you saying she's just fascinated by the symmetry of?
I was symmetrying it like Jordan Peterson, because that's the joke. Attractiveness, just basically when you go down to it, is like a geometric pattern that nature really fascinates over certain things over. But it's human nature to like attractive things, especially people. We're fascinated by beauty, right? Naturally, children are more drawn to beautiful people than not beautiful people. It's in dogs pay attention to more attractive people than not. Like it's measurable. Like there's great levels of statistical
Sure.
analysis are spent on this.
Yeah, this is all fine. Sure.
Yeah. So if this is a natural response in our psyche before, let's say the level of attraction on her face happens before her rational mind kicks in to catch her. This is the
Well,
whole lust thing, right? Like that we're beasts in the flesh, right? And you got to be a man of reason, right? And overcome
Well,
your flesh.
the
It's kind
problem
of
is
like
her rational mind didn't kick in before she even left the house.
left the club. I understand, David.
That's
I understand.
really the root issue.
Well,
here
Dave,
is the
Dave,
fact that
Dave,
she's
Dave, Dave,
there
Dave,
at
Dave.
all.
She's a female. They don't think rationally, right? That's the red pill talking point. So, rationality wasn't in this conversation. I'm
I think
fucking around. I don't necessarily.
yeah, she probably
She
absolutely
might
has.
have been there for an event. Like, was she there for work? Was this a work event? Do we know? Has she rebutted?
Well, no, this is very fresh. So she could have been there for other reasons.
Which they obviously all know each other, or trying to know each other, or
I'm getting the sense that this is the first time they met. I think
somebody's trying to suck somebody's dick.
Well, here's the other problem. I think she's talked about him before on her show.
Well, I wonder if like the security
So
guard is like trying to.
I don't really love I wouldn't like if I was her husband, I wouldn't love this. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I wouldn't be a fan.
Do you know that her husband works at Daily Wire?
No way. Does he? Still?
Crockett. They met. Well, I don't know. They met at Daily Wire.
Well, that would be really
Are
fun.
you amazing?
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming.
Good job.
You thought it was good?
Good job.
What was it? Was it like a dance or
Was
something?
it a
Like
show
what?
or something?
Yeah, was this a burlesque show?
Fashion Week. It was in New York at Fashion Week.
So Brett Cooper, conservative commentator.
Can I just tell you, I'm so glad I was not the only one. Dude, when Brett Cooper looked at the girl and said, "You look so good," and I said, "She looks like an alien," I was not the only one. The top comment, "Bro, what the fuck is this abomination?" Holy shit. Yeah, she's getting fucking absolutely dragged in the comments though, which is funny. And of course the Weeknights are out protecting her as well.
Those are my favorite guys. My dad actually tried white knighting to a bunch of old broads at the bar one time because I wouldn't let him cut in front of us.
Lessons.
He pushed me out of the way. He pushed me out of the way for women. I was like, well, don't ever move me because of some bitch again.
In the comment section on this post, Sandman Toro, lessons for men. You're either the thrills guy or the bills guy. Choose wisely.
Alpha fucks, beta bucks, dude.
Traditional marriage. Yeah, a lot of people are just downplaying it. They don't seem to think it's an issue.
They have to be 20-year-old people. Look, the 20-year-old people believe that men and women can just be friends, and it stops there. David, I don't know how you feel, but the older I get, the more I believe that men and women can not only just be friends. One person out of the two may want to actually just genuinely want a friendship, but more than likely, if I had to flip a coin 10 times, 9.99 times, the guy's trying to smash
I think
and wants to date you.
I think two really ugly people can be friends.
Two ugly people are perfect for each other to fuck. See, that doesn't even make sense.
No, but yeah, but if they're both horrendously ugly, they don't. I'm telling you, they don't want to.
Dude, but that's their only dating ability. If that's your only opportunity to fuck, you're fucking.
I don't. Maybe
Both people.
Maybe,
I'm just
but
saying.
I'm just telling you, I'm not. I'm absolutely not.
Dude, if you can only get the color yellow, you're only coloring yellow. I'm like, that's all you can do.
So you just settle?
Everybody settles.
That sounds shit.
Everybody settles.
That sounds shitty.
Yes, that's why people live with resentment and bitterness and hate their fucking partner and yell at them in 20 years and punch them and drink every day.
Because they're both ugly?
They fucking picked the wrong person.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, but like, what I'm
The
saying
number one,
is,
look, the most important thing you can do in your life is pick the right partner. It literally statistically proven. It's for your health, your happiness, your income, your kids, stability, everything.
I agree with
And
all
the
that. I'm saying,
and the
like,
thing that
in
we
a
have the
pure,
least knowledge of is how to pick a good partner. It's dude, income learning to be a doctor is not as important as learning how to be a good a good husband or wife and how to pick and vet for that. That's more important than your career. And they're like, everything in school is like, go for a career, go for a career, go. I know it's to kill the family. I know that, and then you destroy the culture of this fucking country because you don't have families, which is the backbone of civilization. But like, I don't know.
I'm
I
really
don't know.
my
I
big
don't
thing
know.
is, I'm still
I'm
trying
trying
to
to.
push this tape that I bought. This is a fucking atrocious. I'm
I
trying
take
to
that back.
push it to even it out. I've been pushing it like all show, just trying to get it to squeeze back where it's supposed to be. But whoever it had to have been a robot. They really fucked that thing up.
But look, Brett Cooper, should you be at Fashion Week looking at a 6'2" man with makeup and extremely sharp jawline, looking like you're gawking at him, probably in a way you don't look at your husband? I'm not going to say that.
Let's create a different scenario. Let's see if it gets any better.
Would
Brett
I want
Cooper-
my girlfriend to go to Fashion Week without me? No.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Let me create a different.
No. Yeah. No. No.
She's there. Let's say this is the scenario. She's there with her husband. Clav comes up. She looks at him like that. Is it any better?
Well, this is where I go back to how mature of a conversation do we want to have here?
I just want.
Well, I mean, you fucking you really think this is something you really think that like just because you date somebody that they're not going to find anybody else attractive? Like I said, even for like a second, like, oh, pretty, nope, I'm taken. Nobody. You ever catch yourself staring at a girl's butt and be like, nope, I'm not going to look at a girl's butt right now? Like it was natural.
I guess let me ask it this way: would you be cool with it?
No, I'd be having conversation. I would be having a conversation. And this is why I act the way I do, because I would rather get looked at like that than look like the guy trying to look at his girlfriend and be like, why do you look at him like that? You don't look at me like that. Is it because he's strong and jacked and handsome? And that's why guys get pegged.
Yeah, yeah. I think the bottom line, though, I mean, really, if you're gonna, because you're right in a lot of ways. The bottom line is, her husband clearly isn't at that level.
You can't be handsome. I think she's the hot one out of them. And look, I say that. Only very few men get that experience. So, to everybody out there that thinks they're just going to have people gawking at them, it doesn't happen to everybody. Very few men have that power over women. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of them, and apparently this guy got Brett Cooper. So I'm sure that she'll be having thoughts other times during the day, but that's not mine for to say. But I don't know. What do you say, man? I mean, this just all goes back to like you never make a woman your main priority in the world. You know, you got to have purpose, and that purpose has got to include a woman. The woman can't be the purpose because when shit like this happens, or if you have these back and forths, or there has to be some kind of you have to have a mission as a man. So stay locked in, boys. I don't know what else to say. Like nobody's safe.
There was some new stuff that came out since we're doing. I guess we're doing right wing TMZ right now. That's what happens. That's what happens when you got slow news days. There was more information that came out about the Elijah Schaffer and Sarah Stock affair, courtesy of the Daily Mail. It's as fucking crazy as you would think it is. This is 4 days ago from the Daily Mail. Megastar's marriage on rocks. Fucking, I really hate ads. You're gonna put an ad right over the headline as I'm trying to read it? I don't think so. Megastar's marriage on rocks after, quote, best sex ever with Christian podcaster mistress who shot to fame by railing against premarital relations. This was the guy. We barely talked about this. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago now, because he randomly posted, "My wife and children are gone. I don't know where they went." And at first, that sounds really bad. Like maybe they were kidnapped or something. It was very cryptic. Who knows? There was no more information.
Yeah, and they left because he
really
was a
given.
piece of shit, right? Is what the story came out.
That's well, we're gonna talk about that. It's pretty fucking wild. This is courtesy of Milo Yiannopoulos, actually, who apparently is the guy who is in the know on absolutely everything all the time. Sarah Stock, who's the Christian, the Christian right-wing e-girl in question, and this is why you don't let your girl go out to Fashion Week. I'm just saying. Sarah Stock got her fiance to pay for her Ubers to Elijah Schaffer's hotel, telling him that they had to work late.
Oh yeah, that's what I do when I'm working late, is fucking somebody.
Schaffer had a second secret apartment blocks from his home where his wife and children were, where Stock and other mistresses were kept. Schaffer coached his own children, one of them still a toddler, into lying to their mom to cover up for his affairs. Stock admits it lasted 5 months and says she now wants nothing to do with Elijah Schaffer.
But you were fine when it was the best sex of your life, because he probably told you that he was going to leave his wife for you. And then 5 months later, when he said that he's not leaving his wife because he loves his children too much, you're like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to blow you into your wife. And he's like, she knows about you. And he just said it that whole time to make you fucking get over there and Niagara Falls all over the place. You fucking worse, dude. Look, you fool around with a married man. That's what you get, ladies. I don't feel fucking bad for you. Guys aren't out there. Look. all the men that I know that want happy things and want to be somebody in this world aren't out fucking married women because they know they don't want that shit happening to them, and karma comes back to you. And then here it is, women are getting dicked down by some other woman's husband, but they're the ones out there saying that men are foul. There's less successful men than there is women. There's more women doing this than men right now, I bet you. Though the few men that are doing it are fucking all of the girls. Like they're probably worse. I know I'm
Schaefer-
rambling, Dave, but this shit kind of aggravates me after a while.
Schaefer was caught on a Ring camera showing a friend nude photos of all the women he was sleeping with. He later
Nice.
claimed to his wife that they were all pictures of her. Meanwhile, Schaefer told
Even
friends
better.
that stock
Even
was the best he ever had. Schaefer had locked his wife out of all their joint bank accounts, leaving her with no money to feed the children.
Nice.
There's also a there was like a released audio that had come out too, which I don't know where the fucking audio came from. The crazy thing about Milo Yiannopoulos is that he happens to have all of the shit, which like he has shit on everybody. It's crazy. He's the one who was calling out shit, who was it? He was calling that one right wing
Benny
guy,
Johnson.
Benny Johnson. He was he was calling him out for having gay sex during all the fucking just crazy shit. I will say from in Milo.
Yo, wouldn't that be crazy if the Republicans were all the gay horny fucks?
I don't know if I'd be surprised. I'm trying to see if I can find it. He posted a video of it as well. I guess the ultimate tale is I think these two things kind of go hand in hand. It's not to say that every time a girl is out alone with a man, she's going to sleep with them. But it is to say,
Well, if she likes the guy.
well, 100%. It is to say that it's never an appropriate thing to do. I think that's pretty fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, right? And then the other part of me thinks all the shit's out there in the open, all of it's garnering attention, right, on social media. And we still know not enough about the Epstein files. I guess I can say that.
We know Kanye's not in them.
Is Alex Jones in them?
I heard Eminem is releasing some shit about a woman, like a homicide that's very violent that was covered up or something. He was going after people in power. It's a memoir on a vicious story of this woman. We'll see what happens. I just want to reference it. And Dave, I sent you a photograph of it was a meme. Maybe we'll get to it later, but I think it deals with women and beauty standards and men and women. Maybe we can talk about it on Monday because I think it's worth mentioning considering we are here now. But I'm not doing it at the end of this. It would have butted up well with the Brett Cooper thing. But I guess what can you say, boys? Just stay true, stay on the goal, and stay locked to Dave Ryan, December 17th, 73. Catch us on Rumble for the only podcast in human history. As always, David, I appreciate you the most for your time. And I'll see everybody later. I hope everybody has a good Valentine's Day.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks.
Don't let your girls out alone.